Alright, we are back. I don't know exactly how long we were gone for, but I just found myself noticing that OBS was no longer open. Apparently I need to be keeping a closer eye on OBS and possibly trying to look into reasons why it might just crash itself without any kind of error warning or message or anything just disappearing. So that is also problematic behavior, kind of. Let's see. 1 second, actually, before we get back into this. Oh, ouch. Okay. I did get a successful build here in the ESP branch. Like I said, I don't know exactly when we cut out, so I don't know what the last thing you would have seen if you were watching, anybody out there, but I have basically customized a build of ESP Feather TFT so that it can allow multiple displays, and I have now made that build. I ran into some stuff I had to install in order to be able to do that. So I'm hoping that you would not have missed much more than that. You were actually trying to watch along, or if you're trying to watch the VODs in the future. Are we getting sound? I should check. Yeah, looks like we got sound to OBS. So we want to go to bootloader mode, which is actually a bit easier on this device. Do have fine luck with the double tap there. The cadence on the Monster Mask is just a tad different, and it takes me several tries sometimes to get it right. And I'd rather not be trying that many times, so that import script was nice in that context. If I get to the point where I'm messing it up a bunch here as well, then I'll probably do it this way too. But what was that? Okay, so 1 minute 24 seconds it ended up taking for the ESP build. Interesting. It'd be faster if we make a new build unless/until we need to do a clean. Be that media. You know, I don't think I changed the titles inside of Restream, so we'll probably still have this morning's title. Which does say multi-screen stuff, so I guess ultimately we get to there. And I am still doing environment setup. Just have to install some stuff to do the ESP build. So we basically have the code from back when we were testing the HTTP server stuff. We can comment this out for now. Let's just put this for now. Do nothing besides that for the moment. So that's just going to print and then do nothing. And so at this point, I can Control-C back and forth, no hard crashes, no problems. All good to go here. So we're going to basically release the display and then initialize them one at a time, and then see when and if we start getting the hard faults. So the first step is we actually need to release the built-in display and initialize it manually, which means we need to figure out what kind of display it is and go get the library for it. Doesn't actually say. Actually say we'd have to like compare these. Oh, ST, there we go. Okay. ST, so is that a specific library on its own, or is the V just like... Oh. This is all broken. No top bar. Doing the highlighting thing again, too. Okay, there is a top bar, but you can't see the parts of it. Maybe Firefox can't be taking the lead on this computer, I guess. I don't know. We need this anymore. Yeah, I don't know about the V. I don't think there's a I don't think that needs its own library or anything. Size. .240 by 135. So that will release and then basically manually reconnect and hook up, initialize the display. Well, the connection and the hooking up, obviously, it's just part of the circuit. It's built into the PCB. This will reinitialize it in the code, though, ideally. You need to figure out how to get my unsaved icon. Settings editor. Code editing? General? Did I not put that one in the guide? Mark modified tabs? There we go. Now it shows asterisk for when it's unsaved. Somehow we swept sides all the way, but did this way for a while. Fortunately, though, yeah, actually, I think we do want to do it the other way. Looked like it worked. I guess it would have crashed because it doesn't have the. Oh, actually, it's just chilling in REPL, so yeah, didn't actually run anything. It will crash because it doesn't have the library, unless it does actually have the library. It does actually. Did not really do. No. Probably the pins are wrong, right? Maybe it's, does it have its own SPI? Could it have its own SPI? Or these, I think, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I did that. I was like, did I just do that wrong? Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Backlight, I don't think we need to mess with backlight. CS, DC, so then we do SPI. What is TFT I2C power? That's interesting. I don't see a separate SPI though, it's just like main SPI, so. Ah, yeah, there we go. Does in fact help if you use the correct pins. Okay, so now we have one display initialized manually. Control C goes to the REPL, no problem. Control D goes back, it's gonna get released, it's gonna get reinitialized. So far, so good. But now we're gonna try to add the next display, which is the OLED featherwing. Is that the right one? Yeah. 128 by 64. Okay, small one is the SSD 1306. Big one is the SSH 1107. Display uses I2C. We want display I/O. Around all the way. Seems reasonable to me. Oh, that was not the data sheet. Alright, so when this is broken, I just can't. Okay, we're gonna close Firefox and reopen it. Doesn't feel so great, but I guess we're gonna try it. I'm gonna close Firefox and reopen it, so wish me luck, I guess. I think we survived, more or less. This page says offline. I think we were actually. I think the page just didn't load right or something. Interesting. Not sure. Maybe we went offline and came back, but maybe I was here the whole time and just this page was not really showing reality. Script is good about that sometimes. Anyway, this is a bit of a rabbit hole, I suppose. It's not actually linked to the datasheet either. Oh, maybe it is. Projects. No, this is to the docs. Yeah, it's not actually to the datasheet. So we'd have to find the datasheet, find these pages, but maybe that's something we could do on a future stream, maybe a deep dive or something. We'll go dig around in the datasheet, see if that's listed in there, see if it makes sense for our context, and then if so, we could PR to add that in. For now, though, we just want the basic example. Simple test. And I'm going to kind of try to, like, smash them together. So we can't just take the whole code. We actually want to keep what's in the other one as well. So I'm going to add this to what I've got, basically. Pretty much just going to go all the way down to here. Set up the new display down here. We already did release displays, so we're not going to do that. And we're basically going to take all of this stuff, put it here. We need to not use the name Splash, probably, because actually, honestly, a lot of these things are probably already used. Like width, height, honestly, all of these. Yeah. No, okay. You know what we're going to do, actually? Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to change these ones instead. There's not width and height, so maybe we're okay there. Display bus, probably to, yeah, display bus here. So let's call this spy display bus. Spy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Display. Let's call this spy display. Splash, we're going to call this. Any guesses? Maybe root group would be better even. So I don't really want it to do in this one. Oh, exclude, there we go. Okay, spy root group. Color bitmap we probably don't use. No, just kidding, we do. Oh. Oh, whoa. What? There's so many things listed. No, I don't want any of these. Well, literally just this file. In fact, there's 2 lines. Let's just not use refactor. This code could be simpler with anchor point and anchored position, I think. Okay, everything now has SPY. Let's make sure it all still works. Perfect. So now when we paste in the I2C code, nothing will be using these names anymore. Okay. Before we run it, though, I do have to run to the restroom, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now we're back. OBS is still running. First thing I checked. Did I ever open a new YouTube chat this time? So it didn't come back with the reopen there. But we didn't miss anything absurd. Okay, there we are. So let's just take another quick look over this, make sure we're not doubling up on anything. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, all of these are now called SPY stuff, so shouldn't overlap. But let's just double check I2C. We do have display bus. You know, it'd be nice if we change that to I2C, but I think I'm gonna leave it. All of these ones, just since we already changed the others. Display gets created as this. I'll just leave splash. Color bitmap. We had SPY color bitmap. We had SPY color palette. We had SPY BG sprite. Had SPY inner bitmap. These I think are different. I think we had those. Text. There's no kind of width or anchor point stuff going on in this one either. Although it is kind of maybe. I don't know, it might be hard-coded. Overly long to see where it clips. 2 text areas. They called this, does it call show? Yeah, there it is, okay. Okay. Oh, we don't have the library. Oh, we do have the library. So there we go. 2 displays initialized, 2 displays showing things. Now, do we hard fault as soon as we break to the REPL? Yes. Perfect. So the next leg in this journey is if we can connect to the debug pin, hopefully when it hard faults, it will print something in there that is useful. In order to be able to do that, I need to hook up a wire to the debug pin, whichever one it is, and I need the FTDI cable that's going to let me see it on the computer. So I'm going to go get that. Okay. How's it going, Dave Odessa? Dropped in before bedtime. Nice. Hope you're having a nice day. Or I guess it would be hope you had a nice day. And have a nice rest once you get into bed. So we have got the FTDI cable. I believe it was blue is ground, red is positive. 3 volts. Orange is our data pin, which is going to be going to debug. You know, something else we lost is the control panel for the camera. Didn't do anything. Cannot set torch error. Did it die? Good. Doing some multi-display testing here. There is a bug currently, it seems like, that is causing, when you have 2 displays, anytime you reset, like even Control-C, breaking to the REPL, is resulting in a hard fault. So we had initialized both displays, they both worked, they both displayed their display IO tests, and then as soon as I Control-C'd, we ended up with a hard fault, like disconnect, reconnect, and then hard fault. We're in safe mode now. Interestingly, the extra display there stays initialized. Did it crash again? Keeps stopping. Yeah, I noticed, huh? Thank you, Android. Well, yes, it does keep stopping. It would be nice if it didn't. I believe our goals are aligned. This is to help me see. So debug, I think, is down there. I'm actually, I think, just going to unplug entirely while I hook stuff up. So we have no power flowing at all. Wait, unplugging in that end as well. Okay, so ground is where? I'm gonna pull up a I'm gonna pull up the pinout here as well, just so I can see like a huge one, and I'm not trying to like hunch over and look in on this thing. Have it pulled up somewhere. This is the OLED. You'd think I would know the feather pinout by now, but not enough to like trust myself to hit it perfect. Alrighty. We have got the mega one. Debug is down there. Ground is on the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4th down. Indeed it is. So we're gonna go, that's on the big row of pins. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 down. One, two, three, 4th. 3 blanks. And we're in the 4th. Power is actually just right next to that. Because the 3 volts are those next 2 pins there. We actually have either or on that one. It's the one right next to it. Keep it simple. Data pin is going to be on debug, which is the bottom of this long row. Debug down here, we've got ground in the 4th, we've got 3 volts in the 3rd. We should be fine with that. So I'm gonna... So interestingly, when you plug in the... When I plug in the FTDI cable, this device is gonna boot up. I don't know if it's bad for it or not, but basically it's feeding 3 volts into there. Should we not... Maybe we should not connect... Should we try not connecting power? I think I'm going to try without the power, actually, yeah. Because I did notice that the last time I used this, and I don't know if it's bad for it or not. Like, it feels... Those 3 volts feel like they're supposed to be outputs, so I kind of get the sense we shouldn't be powering it through that. I don't actually know. So if I plug this in, we should not get power to the device. Theoretically... Theoretically, maybe we would get a PTY. Doesn't look like it, actually. I think it comes up as USB 0, if I recall right, when it comes up. So we'll have to look there. So I'm going to plug back in the microcontroller. Technically, I also pushed the button, so we are still unplugged. Now we should be plugged in. It's actually going to come up correctly the first time, presumably, and we get both displays. Everything's all good. Theoretically, we also have this connected. However, I don't actually see anything different in there. So the other thing to check is the button on that one pushed? And it was not. So that would potentially explain, in fact, yeah, why we didn't get anything there. I am curious now. I wonder if we would have got that while the microcontroller is off. Let's test that. Generally, I'm relatively anti-plug and unplug any extra, but I'm kind of curious right now. Okay, so we do actually get that. So I can just go ahead and go to dev USB right now. That's just going to connect there and wait, which is good. And we plug back in the microcontroller. Do we get a connection here? Indeed we do, and we don't have power connected, so I think we're good on that, actually. I think we can run without the power pin, which is nice. Because, yeah, like I said, I don't think necessarily we're intended to be powering it through those pins, but maybe. I don't know. So that's just boot up information. Everything here is all good. And so what we're hoping is when we Control-C in the REPL, we are hoping that this other debug output over here is going to have more information. I think it's like a hex stack trace or something. So we're going to go Control-C, does disconnect. Not sure that we got anything extra, right? This is all just booting again. Yeah, this was the last thing we had printed before I did it, and then this is the next thing. And then we're on the hard crash right now, right? Like, Yeah, we're in safe mode because of a hard crash. Well, is there anything more to that? Oh, this is broken again. That's kind of annoying. I don't know why Firefox keeps getting broken. Probably have to try Chrome. We did pass actions. What's the And so this is a different device. You got to use some other tools and stuff. Have to go now. Cheers, Tim. Yep. Take it easy, Dave. Have a nice night. Nice to see you. Pop in for a bit. Oh, that's right. This one only gives it to you when you do that. Do I need to do that? EB. Typing if I send it. Oh. I need a debug build. Don't I need a debug build? I'm sure I need a debug build. Which we probably have to like turn stuff off or something. I think maybe it doesn't fit. I mean, that can't be done, right? There's no way that's done. I guess we're going to be doing a clean. Is it debug? Debug build. Be nice to update this guide or make a new one for ESP. Maybe I could help do that. Really. Doesn't really say. Debug. Let's try to look in the make file. I'm not positive if I'm doing it the right way. I could do a clean and we could try again, and I probably will end up doing that here in a minute. I'm trying to hopefully figure out if I'm doing it correctly, though. Nothing about debug in here. Interesting. Is it in here? I just don't remember where you do it. Maybe that's why that went so fast, is because it didn't actually do anything. If I did it in the wrong spot, it's not actually doing anything. Spreadsheet builds how to add a new board to CircuitPython. Debug. Does it matter for case? Full build. -- debug. Does the README say anything about debug build? Debug equals 1. Okay. What is that, maybe? Okay, I think it is that. We just maybe need to do clean. Cadney says, so yes. Make, we're gonna say make this. We're gonna do, I'll just do a clean here, clean. And then we'll have D1, debug 1. I don't know if the order matters. I don't think it does. I'm not sure. But I think I think maybe it's gonna fail because there's not enough room. But maybe this is not, maybe this device doesn't have that problem. I know some of them, you try to make a debug build and there's not actually space for it. You gotta like turn some other stuff off in order to be able to do it. Pretty far here actually though, so maybe we are gonna get there. I don't know when it figures out that it's over limit or not, but this feels very matrixy. It's interesting, the more experience I get, the more I kind of recognize some of these things that it does in here. Especially V1, I've watched a bunch of times at this point. It's kind of interesting, because like if you took a person who never made a CircuitPython build, who's not used to terminals or command lines or whatever, it would tell you this basically is the matrix. You can kind of actually pick out, oh yeah, you can kind of actually pick out oh wow. Yeah, we're like very far. I think, right? I mean, we're 70,000 bytes off. Sounds like a lot. We'll need to delete some. Okay, so well ahead of myself on maybe not this build. So we need to find some stuff to turn off. That's one. Pretty much has nothing turned off, so that's part of our problem, I guess. So let's look at the I guess let's look at the trinket M0 because that should have like almost everything turned off. Or feather M0 maybe. Or gamma M0, that should work too. These are pins. Oh, full build 0? Do we just have to do that? But then we need display IO back or something maybe. Let's try like a Playground Express display IO. So this one does not have the full build thing, but it does have a bunch of these. We could start there. I don't know if I need to clean again. That change? That's the same, right? 70,000. Beginner Nerdoc and Mark Ambler and Katney, all of whom helped me over in CircuitPython Dev to do this the correct way, with even the follow-up question of setting stuff to 0 in order to turn it off to save size. Probably wrap it up here before too long. I kind of want to get a debug build and see if we get anything useful out of this. I'll probably wrap it up after that, or if it starts looking like we're not going to make it to that within any reasonable amount of time. Right, we're only at, we only saved almost like not even 20,000 with those. Actually need to cut out quite a bit more stuff. So I suppose we could take the CPX approach and also axe bitmap tools vector IO parallel display. And after that, we basically just start looking for other built-in modules to axe out of the way here. we make it. Oh, that is rough. I mean, we kind of got to turn off, like, should I do full, what does full build do? How does that one work? Ask that, maybe? Let's try this, I guess. But then I will assume we probably would need display IO 1 because actually, why is the express have that? I guess just because it doesn't use that full build thing. I get rid of frozen? Have anything frozen? Display IO back on. Maybe this will get us there then. Well, I mean, I think maybe this will attempt a build and cut some more space out. The rest of the space we need would be nice. Uh-oh. Web workflow? Okay. Okay. I don't see, like, segmentation fault in here. It's good, because I'm definitely a bit skittish of that. It did fail. My guess is that it failed because of something that we turned off, basically. ULab. Get the Dan H typing. I don't know, we can, I think, get rid of this one again. ULab. I guess, I mean, it has numpy and scipy. A lot of stuff in it, I guess. Whoa. Yeah, so I'll give it a couple more tries. If we can make it there, then I'll get the output from it. I wrap it up after that, but if we don't get there after a couple of more tries, or if we just hit the next error or whatever after a few more attempts here, if I don't make it, I'll probably just call it for the night. At least for now on the stream. I might come back to this a bit later on. But we'll see. I probably won't pop the stream back on though, even if I do, honestly. zlib, that's another one we could turn off. I don't know how big it is. Nice. 62. Perfect. Okay, so we got a build. We want to go to bootloader. We want to copy our build in. That's like gone now at this point, so we'll just do it again. Feather. Sorry, I don't know if that was loud. Microphone. Okay, so theoretically we come back up to a successful boot. We initialize both our displays. We draw our stuff on both of them. And we wait until I enter the REPL, but actuality, we got SCL in use on 71. I2C. That's weird. I wonder if it like restarted twice and it's got weird or something. CL in use. Did I make the wrong build? Their ESP32 TFT. We didn't change anything with that. I'm gonna try a full power cycle. On 71. It's just when we call for And it gave me a good way to find those values as well. You make with v2, and then it will print the it will print all these things we can turn off. All of these things. That's good to know. So if we make a v2, we can see more. I mean, can't imagine any of those resulting in that, right? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try with just ULab gone and see where that gets us, though. Would not think so. We don't have like, I mean, usually board.i2c, like, the whole point of doing it that way is it won't. It will return to you the already initialized bus. It's like, it's not like we're doing the bus IO character. Really weird. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's another try or two here, and then I'm probably tapping even if we don't make it. Does have enough with just that, so I guess let's try this one. You want to go to bootloader? I mean to REPL? Oh, right, I mean. Build ESP32S2 TFT firmware. That's going over to Feather 2 boot, Feather S2 boot. Good. Same thing. I think that's related. Hopefully I didn't break it somehow. Like the hardware. You probably didn't break the hardware, right? I mean, the system thinks it's initialized, so it's... System thinks it's in use. Move that to debug. Let's just make a non-debug build with ULab 0. See if we have the same thing or not. A non-debug build. Remember that pin we saw that was called I2C power or something? What do we got? So we have lots of space here. Copy. We don't want the debug one. We want the one we just built, which is now now non-debug firmware. We're gonna put that into there. And theoretically, this one goes back to both displays load, and then it would hard fault if we control seed after that. All right, well, I think that's where we tap for now. The action item is now to make an issue that provides the minimally... Well, first of all, I need to try to take a bit more of my stuff out, right? Let's get rid of the dual displays. Let's get rid of that. Let's just go to main, make a debug build, and then see if we have the same problem there or not. If so, then that's what we can document and post on an issue in the main repo for the core. It'll be ultra weird if it turns out that we take away the dual display and then we no longer have that issue anymore. But that's not the case, but so I could still document it and post it. But that's basically where we get to, because I think that if we have a debug build, this thing will output more information than if we don't. So there's this I2C power, I guess is what that one was talking about inside of here. I don't know for sure though. I don't know, it's weird to be I2C power. Maybe they just mean it's like the power pin of the display, which happens to be connected I2C. But I mean, like, this is not, you know, this is like TFT CS. Well, but it's not on I2C. Yeah, I don't know. It's unclear to me why what this has to do with I2C. Maybe somehow that pin is high or low and it's supposed to be the other. Maybe that's why we're getting the error. I don't know. But basically we want to try to cut it down to minimum needed reproducer for that I2C and use SCL thing, this one. And post an issue with that. Once we get past that, then theoretically, hopefully we'll have a debug build that lets us initialize both displays so that we can then Control-C, get the hard fault, find our stack tracer or whatever more helpful information is going to be coming out of our debug pin, hopefully. So that's the plan, but we are going to call it for now. I'm going to go and eat something, walk around for a bit. Have a good evening to anybody who's watching. Let's see here. Probably the next time that I'm back, I'll definitely be back on Friday, I think. I don't know for sure if I'll pop back in sometime before that or not. You can follow me over on Twitch if you want to try to get notifications for that. Do follow me over there if so. Otherwise, yeah, I will see you next time that I see you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good evening. See you later.